This is a battery. I'm sure you've seen one of these before. Now, typically what car batteries involve are lots of these inside a big battery, like that behind me over there. But this is a new semi-solid state battery. So this is not this inside this. It's not lots of these cells packed into this. This is a totally new technology. And that's what is so important about this semi-solid state battery system. And when we get onto the solid state battery system as well. So it's really, really interesting to see. No longer are car batteries made up of thousands of these. Now they're going to be totally different. Welcome to MG Tech Day. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the new technologies that MG are bringing to their cars. We'll talk about the new hybrid systems, the new semi-solid state and the solid state batteries, and we'll look around how this technology works and talk a bit about it. This is a really interesting day, so let's learn all about what's coming together. So just look at this. This is the hybrid battery cell size, and then compare it to the EV battery cell size. Now, obviously, this is a lot wider, but again, this is because it's a higher capacity. So EVs have larger batteries than hybrids. So that is really, really a key thing here. But it shows the differences between them. Let's talk a bit about this new semi-solid state battery. So it's called SolidCore. It's going to first be available on the MG4 Urban and the MG4 at the end of this year. This is very interesting because it uses some technology which is different. So on LFP and NCM batteries, there's only one direction that the ions can move out. So these new batteries have this new design which allows three-dimensional energy flow. So it means that the energy can get out, so it means you can have higher capacity out of the battery, which is very, very cool. And you can see here an example of the breakdown of how this exactly is built, which is very interesting. This means there's a 20% faster power output from these new semi-solid state batteries. And to be clear here, despite being called solid core, they're not actually fully solid core batteries. They're not solid state batteries. There are solid state batteries which MG are developing, which will be coming out soon, and I've shown you that as well in this video, but they're not ready yet. Now, the other thing which this semi-solid state helps is winter range anxiety. This is a big thing. These new semi-solid state batteries can keep up to 90% of their capacity in up to minus 20 degrees Celsius temperatures. So it means even in the Arctic winter, you get really, really good range, which is a huge concern when you're driving around and the battery dropping because it's cold. This will help solve that. And that also means that they can charge faster as well because they're less affected by the cold. Because of this new design, it also means they're super safe to use. It means that even when they're punctured, they don't catch fire, which is a huge step up. Obviously, batteries are really, really safe anyway now, but the new semi-solid state batteries are even more safe. This also means that you get 20% better power output, so it means you get more performance out of this car. So when you put your foot down, it comes faster, which is a really, really good thing. And this has been tested on the MG4, and you get consistent performance even in cold conditions where the speed doesn't slow down, the acceleration doesn't get affected by those cold temperatures. So that's the semi-solid state battery technology. It's a big, big step forward, and it's coming to MG cars from the MG4 this year. Here we are by the world's first solid state battery that MG have. So this is really, really exciting technology. This is only 296 kilograms and it's 100 kilowatt hours. And this is solid state, so this isn't available yet, but it's a preview of what is to come. And this looks fantastic that you can fit this in a car. It weighs less than traditional batteries right now. It has a greater efficiency, and this is 100 kilowatt hours. It's going to charge faster. It's going to have all the benefits of solid state and semi-solid state because it is a solid state battery. And there's one here, so this is really exciting to see. This is a huge step, and obviously the semi-solid state is a step up from where we are now, which we talked about, and now this is the end goal, at least for now, is the end goal, this fully solid state battery. Really exciting to see that here at the MG Tech Day. This is a coaxial electric drive, very compact. Again, it is designed for maximum space and weight efficiency, and it's got the industry's first ring controller and their upcoming 400 and 800 volt modules. So interesting again to look inside and see what this looks like. It's always interesting to see inside electric cars because we can see inside engines, we can see inside traditional ICE cars, but you can't see inside the motors, so it's really interesting to see that in person. This is the MG S9 hybrid. This is a very cool hybrid. It hasn't launched in the UK yet, but it will be available soon. It's a 7-seater, so they're actually 3 rows, and it's really quite large, as you can see. The back here reminds me actually of the Lucid Gravity, which is a very nice touch, and it also is why there's so much room. So being a hybrid, it has good range and it has high efficiency, so this is exactly what you want. Getting in this car, you can see how much space there is. Lots of space above my head, lots of space in front of my knees. This is a true 7-seater. There's even space back there for another row of people. Stay tuned for a more in-depth review of this car when it officially is drivable in the UK. Let's talk now about the MG Hybrid Plus technology. So this is in existing models, and it will continue to be in new cars which MG brand, including the MG S9, which you've seen over my shoulder here. I don't know if you can see it. It uses a high-capacity 1.83 kilowatt-hour NCM battery, which is significantly larger than other companies use in their hybrids. So it means you get better performance and more power output from that battery. It operates on a 350 volt voltage. It supports 151 kilowatt charging and up to 130 kilowatt discharge. MG's new 3-speed transmission for the Hybrid Plus system is really revolutionary, and it's the first 3-speed because, as they made a point of pointing out, in China that you don't need a kick down. In Europe you do, so they've made it 3-speed, so you can put your foot down and you can get the maximum power. This means you get instant torque when you press your foot down, and that's better performance, which is what everybody wants in Europe and the US. And one of the other breakthroughs which is really fantastic is the way they've combined the control units of the system into one. So instead of having multiple control units, they've now got one, which is called the HCU, and that can provide microsecond adjustments, which means that it can take into account changes in the terrain and changes when driving. So they showed water being placed on top of the engine, and because of the adjustments it never actually spilled. So that was really cool. So there's a lot of innovations in this new Hybrid Plus technology. This is the next generation Hybrid Plus powertrain. So we've seen over there the current generation, and then look how much more compact this is now on here, and then again here with the gear shaft, look how much smaller that is and more compact. So as this technology gets newer and it gets updated, it gets smaller, just like with computers, which is what's really great about this. EVs right now are quite heavy, but they're going to get lighter and lighter and more efficient with time. This is one area where this technology, unlike maybe traditional ICE technology, is a benefit because it can improve and get better. That does mean you're going to need a new car every time you want to get the latest technology, but it's there to see these obvious improvements in efficiency and range and performance and charging time, which comes with the hybrids and also with the full EVs with the new battery technology and the more compact drive systems. And that's a lot of really cool announcements that MG have made today. SolidCore, the first semi-solid state batteries, the Hybrid Plus technology, the new 3-speed transmission, and the way that it is really tuned for European roads. What do you think about all of this new technology? Let me know down in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe.